Exclusive medico-legal case report of Swati Maliwal accessed by Times Now. The report talks about visible injury marks on the body of Swati Maliwal. Two very important observations. One is of an injury on her left leg, and the other observation is about a visible injury on her right cheek under the right eye. Remember, now if you go back to the allegations leveled by Swati Maliwal in the FIR in detail, she talks about how she was assaulted by Bibhav, slapped on her face 7 to 8 times, and she also talks about assault on the lower part of her body. If you go by the report, it talks about visible injury marks on the left leg and her right cheek as well, and there are images shared on that particular report, the MLC report, exclusive copy of which we've accessed. It's on your screens right now. Tetri is joining us on the broadcast with more details. In fact, we also have Priyank, and we'll focus on the report as well, which talks about the injury marks. It talks about the history, the complaint of Swati Maliwal, of what happened is at the top of the report, and in the middle you can see there are observations. Wound 1 on the left leg and wound 2 on the right cheek. Ankit is with us on the broadcast. He'll show us the report. Ankit, like we've been discussing, on one hand, relying on the CCTV footage. On the other hand, we've accessed the MLC report that talks about injury marks, visible injury marks.
I mean, what this report makes very clear is that whoever conducted this report took note of the 2 wounds at least that were visible on Swati Maliwal, and it has taken mention and taken photographs, in fact. So the first one, Swati, bruise over proximal left leg, dorsal aspect of approx size 3 by 2 centimeter. So a 6 square centimeter wound area somewhere around here on the left leg of Swati Maliwal. It's got a picture of the wound as well. And the second one that it notes is the bruise over the right cheek below the right eye of approximate size 4 square centimeter. So here is the picture, and you can see clearly there are a number of other pictures also of Swati Maliwal from this report. We can see 4 at least. 2 of them contain pictures of the wounds there, and then she says that the allegation here is of assault. It notes the time at which it took place. It notes that it took place on May the 13th, 9:15 a.m. Some other details it captures, and then it has her claims. Patient complains of being slapped multiple times, after which she was pushed and her head hit a hard object. She fell on the floor, and after that she was hit multiple times by legs. This is the kicks that she says she received over her chest, her abdomen, her pelvis. Patient at the present is complaining of pain over thighs, pelvis, neck stiffness and headache. Patient brought to AIMS via private vehicle. So this is essentially the same as what we saw also with Tetri Access, the FIR that was lodged by Swati Maliwal with the Delhi police. The same sequence of events is narrated here, and then it captures some other. It captures the pulse rate, it captures the blood pressure and a number of other details as well. It also mentions the other departments and the treatment that was administered. So it mentions, I think, if I'm reading this right, an injection of Voveron 75 milligram. It also says an injection of Pantop. So not only were the wounds noted, but also she received treatment. At least it appears in the form of 2 injections, although a doctor would be better placed to corroborate that. 2 injections were administered to Swati Maliwal. This is on May the 16th, that is now day before yesterday. This is late at night when she was taken there. Remember, Swati, she was taken there after she filed her FIR, and then she was there for almost 4 hours. It was only near about 4 a.m. that she returned home. She was also given post-trauma counseling, is what we heard from the AIMS, because she was in trauma at that time, and we also saw her limping. So the limp is likely explained by the wound on her left leg, and we also saw yesterday she maintained vestiges of being injured, including on her face, and that appears to be the second wound here.
Right. Ankit, stay on with us. We also have Tetri on the broadcast. Tetri, we're not doctors, we're not experts, but what we do know is that when somebody is subjected to such an assault, the body is in shock. The individual is going through trauma, and it's perhaps after that the pain really kicks in. Now, in this report, it talks about visible injury marks, something that Swati Maliwal has said in detail in the FIR, in the manner in which she was assaulted.
Well, yes, and in fact, what FIR mentions and what does the MLC report mentions and what Swati Maliwal has been tweeting out via her social media handle, all these things, all the sequence of events are certainly same. But what Aam Aadmi Party is saying is a bit different story, because Bibhav Kumar yesterday lodged a complaint, had in fact sent a mail to the Delhi police mentioning his side of the story, that what had happened with him inside the Chief Minister's residence. In fact, he has said that he was the one who was threatened by Swati Maliwal. Swati Maliwal abused him. Swati Maliwal used wrong words for him, not only for him, but in fact also the security guards as well. But let me show you that what is going on over here outside the Chief Minister's residence, and that particular video that was released. So this was the same, pathway from where Swati Maliwal was seen walking in that particular video. And Swati Maliwal had said that she was waiting over here while she was injured, and then she called she dialed 112. The PCR van came, and then they took her to her residence, and then further police station. She went to Civil Lines police station. But yes, important over here is the MLC report, the medical report, which cites that she had an injury over here below the right cheek. She had an injury over her left leg. So all these things are hinting towards the fact that Swati Maliwal was allegedly assaulted by Bibhav Kumar inside Chief Minister's residence. Investigation team will be coming. Investigation is underway. Yesterday we saw Delhi Police team number 1, number 2 FSL team, and number 3 the scene was to be recreated. Incident was to be recreated. For the recreation of the scene number 3, Swati Maliwal had come escorted along with the Delhi Police. So all in all, what we are expecting is today that once again Delhi Police team is set to arrive over here at Delhi Chief Minister's residence for further investigation.
Absolutely. Stay on with us. Stay tuned. Times Now is the first channel to access this MLC report of Swati Maliwal. We also have Akanksha joining us on the broadcast, and all the big developments and updates we're getting for our viewers first here on Times Now. Akanksha, the corroboration, the sequence of events, all of that will have to be established by the police. What we can say based on the MLC report is that Swati Maliwal was injured. The injury marks are visible as per the doctors.
Well, absolutely. And just a while back, a video also came forth. And after that, Aam Aadmi Party said that she, in fact, is not limping in that video. But now the MLC report is out, and it clearly shows that she had suffered injuries after that assault took place at Chief Minister's residence. So allegations and counter allegations have started between Aam Aadmi Party and Swati Maliwal. Also, she has removed her display picture. She has been leveling allegations against the Aam Aadmi Party, going on to say that the truth will only come out through the CCTV footage, and there is an attempt that is being made by the party to in fact tamper with that CCTV footage. She is relying on that point that CCTV footage will only reveal the truth. But Aam Aadmi Party, on the other hand, is relying on the 1-minute video that came out yesterday, in which they said that she in fact misbehaved with Bibhav Singh and misbehaved with the security staff as well. And now a new footage has come in which now the Aam Aadmi Party is saying that she's completely fine. She's not limping at all. And in fact, in the press conference yesterday, Atishi had put the entire blame on Swati Maliwal, saying that she's the one who misbehaved, she's the one who conspired with the BJP, and she's the stooge of BJP. So this is the allegation that Aam Aadmi Party has leveled. Allegations and counter allegations have started. Bibhav Kumar has also, in fact, written a complaint. He has given a complaint to the Delhi police. It remains to be seen whether an FIR will be filed by the police on that specific point. But definitely, on one hand, Aam Aadmi Party saying that she did not suffer any injury. She in fact misbehaved with Bibhav Singh. But on the other hand, now the MLC report has come out that clearly shows that she in fact did suffer the injuries.
Absolutely. Akanksha and Tejshri, stay on with us. Let me quickly also go back to Ankit, because here is a clincher. The MLC report, the first channel to access it is Times Now. Take us through the report once again, Ankit.
So here is the MLC report. It was conducted at the All India Institute of Medical Sciences in New Delhi at the Jayaprakash Narayan Apex Trauma Center. There is the first photo of the patient here, that is Swati Maliwal. It captures some of her key details. Very importantly, May 16, day before yesterday evening at 11:28 p.m. So pretty late is when it began. It of course went on till later. It also catches the name of the police official who brought her there. Now, it has two images of the wounds. First, and second, the first of a leg and the second of Swati Maliwal's face. And here it details the particulars of those wounds. Number one, bruise over proximal left leg, dorsal aspect of approx size 6 square centimeter, and bruise over right cheek below right eye of approximate size 4 square centimeters. So 2 wounds is what it photographs as well as takes note of, and then it details what Swati Maliwal had alleged. The header is assault, and it says the patient complains of being slapped multiple times, after which she was pushed and her head hit a hard object.
Ankit, stay on with us. We also have Abha Singh joining us on the broadcast now, activist and also a lawyer. Abha Singh, perhaps you can throw more light on, legally how significant this is. The MLC report, which says there are visible injury marks on left leg and right cheek of Swati Maliwal.
See, if there is injury which is not fatal, then it will be a bailable offence. So that will have to be kept in mind, because how serious is the wound? Because he can be technically arrested and sent on bail immediately. But the medical does prove that she was beaten. But if I have to say as a lawyer, whether he would go behind bars or he would get bail immediately is now the big issue, because that is what this is all about. But yes, if the medical says she was beaten, we will have to take that on record. Only thing is, she did not register the FIR on 13th, but went back and came back to register on 16th. The courts, she'll have to convince the courts, that is what the law says, that whether this FIR was an afterthought or she was under trauma, she will have to prove and justify to the court that this delay was due to certain reasons, not an afterthought. That is what
I'm sure you must have looked at several such cases, and I'm sure you also understand the trauma and the post-trauma process. And many a times the victims do take some time before they begin the legal process, isn't it? Are you still with us, Abha?
Hello, yeah, I'm there. In fact, in the Me Too movement, the whole Me Too movement was about this only, that women kept quiet after being assaulted, but those were sexual assaults. But in these kinds of fights and hurts, women have come forward, registered a case. Okay. But yes, if she's taken time and she can explain to the court, it's just a matter of law. But yes, you're very right. There are cases where women have come forward after ages, because in criminal law, there is no time frame. A crime can be reported and registered any day, any year. It can be after 5 years, 10 years. So yes, now she has registered the FIR. Now it is for the Delhi police to take action, and what action will depend on how serious is the offence, how serious is the bruise. Was it with the intention to kill her, or it was just a scuffle? Because if it is a scuffle, then it is a bailable offence.
Okay, but the basic point of whether or not the assault happened, that at least at this point of time, if you take a look at the report, it shows that she was injured. So that's a very, very important point here. Shazia Ilmi is also with us on the broadcast. Shazia Ilmi, joining the dots, establishing the sequence, that is the job of the cops. The MLC report is in front of us. It talks about injuries. It talks about injury on the left leg and the right cheek.
Yes, and that proves that indeed she did suffer body blows and she was slapped, and that part gets corroborated. Raising the question of why she took a while to register her complaint and give her statement can be attributed to the fact that it was the police which took suo moto action and went to her and ensured that she is safe and that she records her statement. Just like Abhaji said, the Me Too movement was all about this. There were women who came forth and spoke about Harvey Weinstein after so many years. So I don't think that is such a point. And she can also say that she waited for Arvind Kejriwal to take action, just like Sanjay Singh had promised. But it did not happen that way. Sanjay Singh, instead of taking action, and Arvind Kejriwal, instead of taking action against Vibhav, paraded him around and showed him all over. Showed him off all over. Which is why Swati Maliwal realized that, it's impossible to expect any justice from them. And she went forth. So if anything can be spins to anything. So if people are saying that she is lying only because she complained much later, must also bear in mind that Vibhav, there was no action taken against Vibhav, despite the promise made by Sanjay Singh categorically. And instead of any action being taken against Vibhav was shown roaming around freely, sitting right next to Kejriwal in a very cozy picture. That could have also prompted Swati to go forth, realizing that no justice will be given. So all those people who are saying that why did it take so long? And one can predict Aam Aadmi Party's behavior, and this is all too predictable.
Okay,
I said it yesterday. They will use this. But, something else can also be said about this.
Some questions that only Swati Maliwal can answer, and some investigation and establishing the sequence and when, she reported. Why did she keep quiet from 13th May till 16th? Why did it take so much time? These things only Swati Maliwal can talk about. At the moment, we're talking about the MLC report exclusively accessed by Times Now that talks about injury marks on Swati Maliwal's body. The doctors in the observation say these are visible injuries on her body, and on the left side of the report, there are images as well of those injury marks.